All right, so this is the lighter day, but we're going to do same thing I did last week: muscle snatch, power snatch, overhead squat up to 90 in theory. I'm going to go 50, 70, 90 and try to make those same jumps and hopefully not have any issues with the muscle snatch. Then power clean plus push press. We'll do some overhead press and then wave back down and then build back up for it. Maybe some box jumps. I might push those off until tomorrow again, since it is still about 100,000 degrees out here. So I don't know if I want to be spending that much time out here, and it might be easier to do those tomorrow. But get those here done now, and hopefully they all go smooth. The muscle snatch went how it went last week on the first rep. So I just split it up, and you saw did a very difficult overhead squat after that power snatch. Power snatch actually felt fine, but the overhead squat was just difficult the whole time. And I blame the heat, fatigue, I blame a bunch of different things, but we got the volume in that I wanted to. So now we'll do some power clean and strict press, and then some push press, which is more stuff than last week, but I'll at least do some of those. So we're about to 70, go 70, 90, maybe 100, and then go for the push press 70, 90, 110, and then something above that. So we'll see how those go, but I don't actually feel that bad. Muscle snatchers are just, once I get to about 90 like that, it can be hit or miss with how difficult they are, but we got it done. So move on to the next thing. Well, I got slammed by trying to do anything today. I unfortunately had a sneaking suspicion that today might not go too great, just with how fatigued I was from yesterday and that heavy pull attempt, and really just training hard in general. But the combination of the heat, previous day's training, I didn't want any part of that push press. First one, I knew I would have to do a full clean, and I don't like to do full cleans with straps on. And the second one, you saw it wasn't even, I'm sure I stood it up fine, but it did not feel very confident at the very top, and just not trying to do too much on a day like this. And it's important to remember that for me, on a session like this, if it doesn't go well, it's whatever, because it's a session that I could in theory skip and still maintain the progressions of my other sessions and go fine. So I'm not too worried about that, but just have to probably actually go to a gym tomorrow, because I actually am sweating to death. That muscle snatch, I've never been that dizzy after. I have gotten dizzy after muscle snatches before, so that isn't unique, but I was really out of it, and just nothing felt good, which a lot of that's recoverability from the previous day, but can't completely disregard the heat because it is humid and muggy out here. So got it done, got something done. May not have been the best session, but came out here and moved. I'm gonna not do the box jumps. I'm just too fatigued, and you know, if I'm missing pyro cleans and stuff like that, like there's no power in there. So we'll save those for tomorrow, and might go to the actual gym. Maybe we go down to downtown, go to that gym, and hope that it's air conditioned in there, and spend the $25, which is obnoxious for a day pass, but they have nice blocks, and I can go and abuse them and not abuse myself in here. But that's going to be it for this one. Sorry for the crappy session, but they can't all be good. Talk to you all in the next one. Peace. I'm going to put this session with the Wednesday one. I hope everything goes well. I waited later into the evening. It's like 7:30. It's still quite warm, but I'm hoping to at least get up to the same numbers I did last week and to do them better. Potentially might do some volume from the blocks as far as maybe push presses or jerks or something. Probably will push the front squat till tomorrow, just like I did last week, and maybe do some box jumps, but really that will just depend on how fatigued I get as I go. I mowed the backyard. It's actually not as hot as yesterday. At least it doesn't feel as hot as yesterday, and I waited about 3 hours longer to come out here, so I think it's cooled off a little bit. But I'm hoping to get up to 120 in the block snatch, at 150 in the block clean, and 150 from the blocks for the jerk. Hopefully that all goes fine and dandy, but nothing left to do other than to get to it.
Can you say no one more time?
This session took a very long time because it's very hot and I wanted to train well. So snatches, I probably looked angry during them, but I was very happy with how I was performing. Had no misses, got up to 120, and 120 felt better than last week. Made 115 the first time. It was just a good technical day. Like everything felt like getting the bar into my hip and that extension just was locked in on all of the reps. So I was really happy with how all those felt. I think it was like 110 or 115 where standing it up, my shoulders were a little wobbly, but like really minor thing that I was feeling. And then cleans were weird. I got shot out from 150 the first time. I was actually overextending on it, which is how I actually hurt my thumb when I did a high hang clean. I missed backwards. So when I caught that first one, I was like, I'm getting out of dodge. I'm not trying to fight it or anything with that. So came back, made it. It was still overextended a little bit on my heels, a bit too much. So that's something I need to correct for next week, to just catch it. Ideally to catch the bounce, but to just catch it where I could catch from the bounce. Obviously not that far back. So it's good that I had that extra extension in a sense because I had enough strength to do it, of course, which is almost never my problem with any of my lifts. Jerks went well too. I was able to do a double with 140. And I thought a little bit to do with 150, but I kind of knew it would be difficult. And so made the single, didn't have any misses on jerks as well. The 150 is a little sketchy as far as, lockout and stuff, but I'm really happy with the doubles at 70, 120, 140, and to make 150 the first time. Really good momentum there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do now. I'm undecided because I have the blocks out. I could do some more push press and do some push press volume. That could be good to do. I might do a different kind of lift, so like a thruster but from the block. So if you notice that like I have to kind of re-rack it and then essentially set up for the jerk, which is one of the reasons the blocks are nice, is it mimics the clean really well for me because I have to I don't have a full grip on it, so I have to pop it up and then readjust my hands just like I would have to do with the clean. So it has that additional carryover versus what I would do from the rack. But that's one reason I don't like the blocks as much as the rack, because I have to squat down a lot to get it up, or at least more than from the rack, of course. But I think I'm going to do like push press thrusters. I'll start at 70 and just see how they feel, but ideally I would have obviously the full grip on it and just go straight up and through the lift and just do that to get some extra overhead volume in. I'm not going to do the box jumps today. Went through 3 shirts, which was the plan because I switched between every exercise, but soaked through it. Like it wasn't like I was being cute with it. Like I was soaked on every single one. So it was just from a practical standpoint. I actually have 4 shirts out here. I had one that was basically like a towel, and then the other 2, I guess I have the 3rd one on, but the other 2 sweated through, and this one is getting there. I'm sure it'll be there before long, but it's cooled down a lot since I first came out. And that was one of the things that got me to kind of just be lazy, was like knowing that it's not going to get any hotter, it's only going to get colder. I think tomorrow the heat index is like 107, but it's going to be that snatch, clean, jerk, and front squat day where it's lighter, 110, 140, 170 ideally. But I'm going to most likely go to the gym. Actually, I keep saying that, but then I just don't. But I actually do want to go to the gym because I don't want to put the blocks away. So I'm going to leave the blocks out, and that will give me that extra motivation. I thought about going to the downtown gym today, and the RTS place. I ended up lifting really well, so it would have worked out fine probably, but I was just like, my back was a little bit sore, and I just had this like inkling that like potentially I just wasn't going to lift well, and I didn't want to go spend $25, drive 30 to 40 minutes, probably 40, to go downtown and lift poorly, and then drive back up. So it's one of the benefits of having the shed is that if I have a bad session, I can cut it off, and I'm not out $25. I'm not out all that money in gas. I just have to walk back in the house in shame, which is better than walking out of a gym in shame, driving back home in shame, and knowing that I spent $25 because it's a day pass, very expensive day pass. So would have ended up working out well. Probably would have not needed 3 shirts to get through the session. I don't know if it has AC in there. I would imagine it does because it's $100 a month for a membership. So if it didn't, that would be actually hilarious. But it's tomorrow I'll probably just go to the Raw, the regular gym I go to, and do that session there, and hopefully not sweat to death because, like I said, I'm gonna leave the blocks out. But the final thing you'll see are some of the push press thruster things, and I don't know, see how they feel and do some volume with those. But had some Burger King today with Walmart Plus. I get a free Whopper every 3 months, so I went and got my free Whopper. And what else did I had to buy something else, a cheeseburger. Ended up getting 3 burgers because I stopped at McDonald's and used my rewards to get one. So had a lot of fast food today, which maybe helped me power through it. But all beef. I didn't have any French fries or anything, just a couple of burgers. But that fueled my session today. So maybe that's why I didn't cramp with all the sodium from the burgers. But anyway, I'm rambling now, so you'll see the push press things, and then I'll be out. But like I said, tomorrow that 110, 140, 170 session. And unfortunately, the Wednesday one session, I think a lot of things went wrong on the Wednesday one, where I didn't sleep enough, I didn't recover well enough. I was probably never going to be recovered well enough, and I was also trying to train quickly, and that's an absolute death sentence in the heat. You're not going to be able to get through much in the heat. You're just going to get fatigued. And I kind of knew, like, as I was warming up, that I didn't feel good, so I knew it was going to kind of be like that, and maybe that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But when you've lifted it enough times and enough years, you kind of know, like, I'm going to lift poorly today. And especially if you have evidence, like, well, I did a lot yesterday and I don't feel great, and it's like, what's going to happen. So you kind of have those expectations, so you're not annoyed when you lift poorly. Today I would have been more obviously annoyed, but I wouldn't have been altogether surprised. Anywho, that's it for this one. So enjoy the push press thruster things, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Definitely keep doing those. Those are interesting.